Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to Srila Prabhupada Book Reading Club. Currently we are reading the Śri Īśopanīšad, okay? And so let's start our session by offering the prayers. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadatin Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Saita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitancha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabal जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्गायते गिरि यत्कृपातहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम
राम
राम
राम हरे हरे।
राम हरे हरे। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय। हरे कृष्णा
So
माता जी।
like Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So like you must on the videos, like if it is possible, there will be some Matajis who is preparing like a bhoga, so or the tiffins for their kids. So they cannot on the videos, but like those who are simply sitting and they are like they are hearing the session, they can on the videos. And like when you are sitting, then you should have the notebook with you, okay? Like whatever points you like, you must write it, you must write that points. And like it is always better to keep the uh, hard hard copy with you, like now you can see clearly na I have highlighted it, okay? So when next time when you read the books na, you can only go through the highlighted points, and then you can then you will get to know what actually Prabhupada wants to explain in this page, okay? So when you revise the books again and again in starting 2 to 3 times, you read the entire purport, and after that like whatever point you highlighted, you can simply go through that point, and then you will come to know what is the context behind that, what Srila Prabhupada actually want to give us the message, okay? So when I highlight, so books related to course like a Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, like whatever the answers are there and main important points, like one is like a very important point, I highlight it with the pink. Then questions that may be asked in exam, that I highlight with the green. And important points that I highlight with a yellow. So like when I open the book, then it is easy to revise, okay? Otherwise like you will see only the black and a black and white paper, so you will say like, oh, who is going to read? So make it interesting, okay? You can also stick the sticky notes there. In this way we can develop the interest. So yes, like currently we are at the introduction, and in introduction yesterday we see that yes, there are 4 kinds of defects. In condition, we are in a condition souls, that's why like we are in this material world. And and we also seen the definition of a maya means like accept something which is not. As we go in a dark room, and when we put our feet on the rope, we think that this is the snake. Or in a darkness we imagine the different entities, and we think that they are the ghost, but actually they are not present in actually they are not present, they are inside our mind. So yes, maya means accepting which is not. So like what is maya? We think that we are the body, but actually we are not the body, we are the soul, okay? And we think that we are the body, so whatever activities we do, they are only related to our body. Okay, like that's why, like I said now, like you have to keep record whatever activities you are doing in your entire day. You have to keep record, and then you can find, oh, like in my entire day where I forgot the Krishna, and like where I wasted my time. Like so when you have the details now, next time, like when you say like I don't have time for reading, I don't have time for chanting extra rounds, then like you can see, okay, here I'm wasting my 15 minutes, or here I'm wasting my 30 minutes. I can utilize this, and like I can in this time I can serve Krishna. Okay, so yes, like Maya means accepting what abstracting which is not. Like we accept ourselves as a body, but actually we are not body. And even we can see now, like even like we say that like we are the like we are practicing sadhana bhakti, but like how much time we are spending for the body, and like how much time we are spending for our Krishna consciousness. We know that we are a soul, and we are the part and parcel of Krishna, and our duty is to serve Krishna. And Prabhupada's instruction is that always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Okay. So yes, so like how much time we are forgetting, like how much time we are remembering Krishna. So like we have to keep record of these things, like so that like we can, like when we have the very bad days, that time we can go through the records and you can read, oh, like that day I chanted my like chanted 32 rounds or chanted 64 rounds, and like I feel very happy. I attended the Mangal Arati. I feel very happy. So yes, so like when you read this kind of things, then like you will feel motivated. Okay, so yes, like there are four kinds of defects. So what is the first defect is that like we get like we commit the mistakes. So no one is a perfect, like yes, we are the condition, so like everyone is going to commit the mistakes. Okay, like Prabhupada is giving the example of a Mahatma Gandhi. Even his assistant told him that like it's not safe to go in that meeting, but then also he went. Okay, so another, like we can also say that na, like Prabhupada told us, like you must follow the four regulative principles, because they are very dangerous for us, like not only just for the spiritual life but for the material life also. Okay, so like Prabhupada warn us, like please follow the four regulative principles, otherwise you will be in a dangerous. But then also we commit the mistakes, so we need to be a very sincere. Okay, so what is the second defect? That is being illusionized. Illusionized, we see that like means Maya. Maya means which is not. So everything, like anyone is accepting the body as a self. Like, so when we think that we are the body, then we are in an illusion. Okay, and like so all things related to the bodily identification, so they are the illusion. And the third one is the cheating propensity. So yes, like Nama Prabhuji said, na, like your real nature comes out when you are the alone. So when you have the free time, what you do? You read the Srila Prabhupada book, you chant the extra rounds, or you hear the Harikatha, or you serve like your deities, or like you worship Krishna. So like, or like you open the phone, like you are go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, or go on the like YouTube, and like you start scrolling. And because like scrolling is not good, even it is a spiritual content, you shouldn't scroll. Like go for the like half, at least 15 minute or half-hour lecture or 1 hour lecture. And like if you are not going to like finish it straight, like you can divide it now. Like you can, today you can hear for the 15 minutes, next day you can hear for the 15 minutes, because that short clips now, it doesn't it's not complete now. Like it is only the highlighted point of that class, but you don't know like what are the feelings and what is the background behind that highlight. And like like we have the tendency, oh, I like this, I will hear. I don't like this, I will like flip it. And I think it is offensive, because like we are not following the instruction na? Like we are following our mind. Oh, I like this, I will hear. I don't like this, I can swipe it. So like it's better to hear the like biggest what we say, bigger lectures, 15 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, and you can divide it. And like when you when you continue for the 15 minutes, then you are going to revise the last 15 minutes also. So it's always like good to hear the entire classes. So yes, and like I'm going to share, like yesterday, like there is a initiation ceremony na? Like they give the initiation lecture, like Surdas Prabhuji has given, like and he's a president of a ISKCON Kharghar, very beautiful temple. Okay, and like I went to the like Srila Prabhupada quarters, and they are like I will share some photos or videos. Like it is so wonderful. Okay, and like he has given the wonderful lecture, and so everyone is going to take the diksha, because unless and until you take the diksha, you are not going to advance in your spiritual life. Okay. So yes, everyone should try to get the diksha. For that, you have to practice your sadhana bhakti very sincerely. Okay, following the four regulative principle, chanting 16 rounds. So everyone should take. That's why we are the practicing, and Srila Prabhupada is guiding us. So he has given the very wonderful class. Like you can take out the a half hour or 1 hour and you can hear his class. It is so nectar, and I will also give the timestamp. So okay, where we are. So yes, our real nature comes out when we are alone and we have the free time, and then what we do. Okay. Then yes, we also seen in this now, we are in a we are disease, we are having we have disease of this material world. That's why we forgot the Krishna, and we don't have the taste for reading, chanting, and hearing. Okay. So and the last one is our senses are not perfect. When the slide go now, we are not able to even see our hand. So yes, there are limitations, and when you have the limited a limited sense limited senses, imperfect senses, how we can see the Lord. Okay. So when people ask can you show me the God, but first is we are not that much capable to see the Lord, even to see the Vishwarupa. Krishna give the Arjuna a divya drishti. Okay. Because a transcendental things we cannot we cannot feel, or we cannot what we say, we cannot see until and unless our senses are purified, and until and unless we get the mercy of Krishna and Guru. Okay. We can also see now Sanjaya can simply sit in the one room, and he is narrating entire entire Mahabharat to Bharat Dhritarashtra, because he get the mercy of his Guru Vyasadeva. So by the mercy of Guru, we can feel the transcendental nature of a Lord. So yes, today we will start with the you may call the Vedas Hindu. Hare Krishna, who want to read, they can raise their hand. So it will be easy.
May I start, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Just give me 1 minute. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. You may call the Vedas Hindu, but Hindu is a foreign name. We are not Hindus. Our real identification is Varnashrama. Varnashrama denotes the followers of the Vedas, those who accept the human society in 8 divisions of Varna and Ashrama. There are 4 divisions of society and 4 divisions of spiritual life. This is called Varnashrama. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. These divisions are everywhere because they are created by God. The divisions of society are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahmana refers to the very intelligent class of men, those who know what is Brahman. Similarly, the Kshatriyas, the administrator group, are the next intelligent class of men. Then the Vaishyas, the mercantile group. These natural classifications are found everywhere. This is the Vedic principle and we accept it. Vedic principles are accepted as axiomatic truth, for there cannot be any mistake. That is acceptance. For instance, in India, cow dung is accepted as pure, and yet cow dung is the stool of an animal. In one place, you will find the Vedic injunction that if you touch stool, you have to take a bath immediately. But in another place, it is said that the stool of a cow is pure. If you smear cow dung in an impure place, that place becomes pure. With our ordinary sense, we can argue. This is contradictory. Actually, it is contradictory from the ordinary point of view, but it is not false. It is fact. In Calcutta, a very prominent scientist and doctor analyzed cow dung and found that it contains all antiseptic properties. Hare Krishna. Continue, Mataji. In India,
Hare
if
Krishna,
one person,
Mataji. You
in
can
one
read
person,
one paragraph.
if one person tells another, you must do this, the other person may say, what do you mean? Is this a Vedic injunction that I have to follow you without any argument? Vedic injunctions cannot be interpreted, but ultimately, if you carefully study why these injunctions are there, you will find that they are all correct. Hare Krishna Mata.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, so yes, we may call Vedas as a Hindu, but Hindu is a foreign name, na? Like what Prabhupada is saying, our real identification is Varnashrama. So when Prabhupada was living, na, like he has the desire to establish the Varnashrama system. So in this Varna Ashrama, means like they are the follower of Vedas. So in human society, there are the like 8 divisions of a Varna and Ashrama. The 4 divisions of a society, that is a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and a Shudra, and the 4 divisions of a spiritual life. Like we see na, like a Brahmacharya, then Grahastha, then Vanaprastha, then Sannyasa. Okay. So yes, Brahmanas are very intelligent class of the men. Like they know the Brahman, and Brahman means a supreme Lord, Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Okay, and the Kshatriya are this next intelligent people. They are the administrated groups. Okay, and then the Vaishyas are a mercantile group, and the Shudras they serve all about 3. Okay. And what Srila Prabhupada is saying, like Vedic principles are accepted as axiomatic truth. So, axiomatic truth means you have to accept it as it is. You don't need to do the experiments and prove it correct. Okay, like you have to accept it. Like when you go on experimenting, you are simply wasting your time. And further, like example is given by Prabhupada. In a Vedic injection is that like a cow dung is accepted as very pure. So even Prabhupada used this analogy in a lot of books, even people argue if okay, cow dung is a pure, then a stool of a pure brahmana it will be more pure, but this is not a fact. So cow dung is accepted as a pure, and but other stool of other animals is not pure. So when they analyze, when they analyze, they found that cow dung contains some antiseptic properties. Okay, and it is good for health. So when the place is impure, when you use the cow dung there, then it become a pure. So yes, they experimented for the long time, then they come to know, okay, these are the qualities. So but to find out these things, they have wasted a lot of time. So whatever Vedas says, whatever instruction we get from the Srila Prabhupada, from our senior devotees, we don't have to analyze it. It's always better to save our time and follow it as it is. Okay, but we have to follow as it is from the bona fide spiritual master and from the bona fide sampradaya, not whimsically. Okay, so yes, like in india persons tell you must do this, or other party may say, what do you mean? This is the Vedic junction. I have to follow you without any argument. Vedic injunctions cannot be interpreted, but ultimately, if you carefully study why these injections are there, you will find that they are the correct. Okay, so yes, to prove it correct, we simply waste and to argue with them, oh, why it is like this, when you ask this kind of things, we are simply wasting time, and human life is very rare, and a time is passing, a clock is ticking at every second, even every millisecond, na? So yes, time is running out. So why we have to analyze? Oh, why I don't have to why we don't have to, why we don't take the tea coffee, or why we don't take onion and garlic? So why we asked a lot of questions. Oh, why we need to read the Srila Prabhupada books? It's better when we arguing, or when we are asking, it's better to follow the instructions, whatever Prabhujis and Matajis are saying, our senior devotees, Srila Prabhupada is saying. And we must read the Srila Prabhupada books, and Prabhupada's lectures are so nectarian. Okay, when we are well versed in reading Srila Prabhupada books, hearing his classes, na, you can preach to anyone. Okay, and and you will be successful. Okay, so now we can read further. Hare Krishna, who want to read? Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. The Vedas are
Hare
not,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
the Vedas are not compilation of human knowledge. Vedic knowledge comes from the spiritual world, from Lord Krishna. Another name for the Vedas is Shruti. Shruti refers to that knowledge which is acquired by hearing it. It is not experimental knowledge. Shruti is considered to be like a mother. We take so much knowledge from our mother. For example, if you want to know who your father is, who can answer you? Your mother. If the mother says, here is your father, you have to accept it. It is not possible to experiment to find out whether he is your father. Similarly, if you want to know something beyond your experience, beyond your experimental knowledge, beyond the activities of the senses, then you have to accept the Vedas. There is no question of experimenting. It has already been experimented. It is already settled. The version of the mother, for instance, has to be accepted as truth. There is no other way. The Vedas are considered to be the mother, and Brahma is called the grandfather. For the forefather, because he was the first to be instructed in the Vedic knowledge. In the beginning, the first living creature was Brahma. He received this Vedic knowledge and imparted it to Narada and other disciples and sons, and they also distributed it to their disciples. In this way, the Vedic knowledge comes down by disciplic succession. It is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita that Vedic knowledge is understood in this way. If you make experimental endeavor, you come to the same conclusion. But just to save time, you should accept. If you want to know who your father is, and if you accept your mother as the authority, then whatever she says can be accepted without argument. There are three kinds of evidence: Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Shabda. Pratyaksha means direct evidence. Direct evidence is not very good because our senses are not perfect. We are seeing the sun daily, and it appears to us just like a small disk, but it is actually far, far larger than many planets. Of what value is this seeing? Therefore, we have to read books. Then we can understand about the sun. So, direct experience is not perfect. Then there is Anumana, inductive knowledge. It may be like this hypothesis, for instance, Darwin's theory says it may be like this, it may be like that, but that is not science. That is a suggestion, and it is also not perfect. But if you receive the knowledge from authoritative source, that is perfect. If you receive the program guide from the radio station authorities, you accept it. You don't deny it. You don't have to make an experiment because it is received from the authoritative sources. Vedic knowledge is called Shabda Pramana. Another name is Shruti. Shruti means that this knowledge has to be received simply by oral reception. The Vedas instruct that in order to understand transcendental knowledge, we have to hear from the authority. Transcendental knowledge is knowledge from beyond this universe. Within this universe is material knowledge, and beyond this universe is transcendental knowledge. We cannot even go to the end of the universe. So, how can we go to the spiritual world? Thus, to acquire full knowledge is impossible. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So yes, Prabhupada is saying here that you must follow the Vedic injunctions without interpretation and without the arguments. So further, Prabhupada says this Vedas are not compiled by the human knowledge, because human being, we are in conditioned state and we have the four kinds of defects. So from this four kind of defect, how can we derive some knowledge which is a perfect? So Vedic knowledge is a perfect and absolute because it is coming from the Krishna, and Krishna is a absolute. Okay.
Oh.
So this Vedic knowledge is come from the spiritual world, from the Lord Krishna. And another name of a Vedas is the Shruti. Shruti means we have here or oral a reception. Okay. So yes, the knowledge acquired by the hearing. In a starting when when Krishna or Vishnu created the Lord Brahma, then like he was confused, like everywhere is a darkness and he don't know what to do. So like to find out, he tried to come out, come out of the lotus, and like he start to come down from the that what we call that stalk of a leaf. So he get scared because like it was not finishing. So he again gone in a lotus. Then he get the instruction tapa, means like you have to practice some austerity. So Brahmaji has practiced the austerity for a long time, and then like Krishna, like Lord Vishnu, like a knowledge how to create this universe, and like why the Brahmaji has like Lord Vishnu has created the Brahmaji. Everything is clear to him, and from then knowledge appeared in his Brahmaji's heart, and then Brahmaji give this knowledge to the Narada and like to his disciples. In this way, like we get the Vedas like from the disciplic succession. We also see na Pibata Bhagavatam Rasmalayam. So like this Bhagavatam is a ripened fruit of a desire tree of a Vedas. So like when you have a ripe fruit at the top of a tree, and like when he directly falls na, fruit may get fruit may get crashed, or it get destroyed, even his taste changes na. But like this Vedic knowledge, this Srimad Bhagavatam, and the nectarian fruit of a desired tree of a Vedas, like it is not directly fallen. Okay, it has come like to this branch, from this branch to this branch. In this way, like through the parampara, like we receive the knowledge. So it is like a unmotivated, like it is not motivated by some personal things, or like it is not manipulated. Okay. So Hare Krishna. Satyanarayan Prabhu, can you mute yourself? So yes, so like whatever knowledge we are receiving from the authoritative sources, from the Brahmanic parampara, is a complete. Okay, so we must accept it rather than analyzing. So yes, further Shruti is considered like a mother. So Vedas are considered as a mother, and like mother can tell us who is actually our father. So like when mother say this is your father, then we have to believe it. Other like you cannot go in entire world and everywhere, and you can ask them for what we call like a gene test, na? So like yes, like you have to accept the authority. So Vedas tell us that like who is our father. Okay, so like even Krishna says in a Bhagavad Gita, the purpose of a Vedas is to know about him. So like we fall for the the beautiful language of a Vedas in a Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, or Jnana Kanda, no? We stay stuck there. But the purpose of Vedas is to know about the Krishna. What is our what is our position? What is our relationship with the Krishna? And what is the purpose of this human life? The purpose of human life is not to get like a Dhanam, Janam, Sundarim. Okay, the purpose of life is to attain develop the pure love of Krishna. Okay, and we should render the service to Krishna. And yes, mother can only mother can tell us who is our father, and we must accept his as the authority. Okay, so there is no question of experimental, and if experimental, we are going to get the same result. Okay, so why we have to waste our time? We can save our time by simply accepting. Okay, and in a Brahmanic sampradaya, from the authoritative sources, you have to accept as it is, not in this a material world. Okay. So yes, and also there is then Prabhupada tell us about the three kinds of evidence. First is the pratyaksha praman, means the direct evidence. So direct evidence is not so good. Like why it is not so good? Because when we go outside, we can see the sun like a small dot, or like it appear like a disk, but actually sun is not that small, or actually sun is not like a flat disk. There is it is a very bigger than this earth, but so we can see we cannot see the real nature of the sun now. So yes, so direct evidence or pratyaksha praman is not so good. And we can also see now our senses are imperfect. So even you cannot see, there will be a lot of microbes on your hand, but you cannot see the microbes because our eyes have a limited magnifying power, but we can see the microbes under the microscope. So we have the imperfect senses. So then another is that anumana, the kind of hypothesis, it may be like this, it may be like that. Okay, that is the inductive knowledge, and this is also not perfect because this anumana come from the pratyaksha. Like you you experiment some things, then you say, oh, it may be like this. But also that, as a Darwin says, and the Darwin says, and other scientists says, modern scientists says. Okay, so yes, we must accept that knowledge from the authoritative sources, and we also seen in the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam first sloka, na? Here it is Tene Brahma Rudaya Adi Kave. Krishna give the knowledge in the heart of a Brahmaji. Okay, so this knowledge is the absolute, and this knowledge is the perfect. So yes, in the last paragraph, we seen that the Vedic knowledge is the Shabda Pramana, and that's why it is named as a Shruti. So we simply have to accept this by oral reception, and this is the transcendental knowledge. It is not coming from this material world. It is coming from the spiritual world. So tomorrow we will see what is the material sky and what is the spiritual sky. So even we cannot go at the end of the at the end of this material sky, then how we can reach the spiritual sky. So simply we have to follow the process. So today we can end here. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna. So today's lesson we can take out we have to follow the authority without arguing. But sometimes we have to ask in a humble state, because we have to pre-reach the mission, na? So we have to when we pre-reach the Krishna consciousness, then our Guru become happy, and when Guru become happy, Krishna become happy. And Guru's mission is Krishna's mission. Prabhupada is this is the one branch of a Sankirtana movement of a Lord Chaitanya. Okay. And Krishna always want to reclaim his all the jivas to the spiritual world, because here we are suffering, and he's a very compassionate father. He have to take us out of our suffering, but we are oh, it is a suffering, but I am enjoying it. I will make this Tukhalem Sukhalem, but this is not a possible. Okay, so yes, we can ask the preachers or our senior devotees, we should know why we are following, because we have to pre-reach the message. People in starting we have this kind of questions. We also have this kind of questions. So yes, but we are come at the stage. In this stage, we can follow the authority rather than experimenting. Okay. So Hare Krishna everyone. Hare Krishna. Happy Krishna conscious day.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Congratulations.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. All glories to Guru and
Mataji,
Gauranga.
congratulations Mataji.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Mataji.
It's all because of your blessings and your prayers.
नहीं,
Okay.
माताजी ये तो blessings दूसरों की होनी चाहिए.
No, Mataji, no, Prabhuji, you are also helping me to
अब हमको
fulfill
भी
the
bless
desire of a
करिए,
Srila
हमको भी
Prabhupada.
मिल जाए जल्दी
Because
से.
of, yes, Prabhuji, I will pray for everyone. And because of you only, I have read the small books of a Srila Prabhupada. Even I finished my Bhakti Shastri. That time also I haven't studied this much scrutinizingly nectar of instruction. Okay, and the Īśopanīšad. It's all because of you. Okay. So Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you for everyone for
Krishna.
joining. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.